morning, everyone. Arthur Hammer here checking in. It's been a while since I've last posted, so let me just give you a quick update on everything that's been going on our side. I turned 21 about a week ago. That was fun and exciting, and I have really good friends to thank for taking care of me and everyone else. So no trouble really, just fun, responsible drinking, and you're actually gonna get to see some footage of us celebrating whiskey and deadlift style. Shout out to Elite Performance Center, Chris Duff, and everyone out there. And there's some of the most fun I had lifting out there, and I'm glad I get to bring some of that back with me here to Pocatello. After that, spent a few days helping my brother move. He is going down to Phoenix. He's the first half of us that is going down there, and I'm going to be following him there after Northern Nevada's Strongest Man. We're excited to go and start training with Revolution Training Systems. As much as we're going to miss Fitness Inc., we'll always have a place in our heart for Fitness Inc. It's going to be exciting to be in a place where there's a lot of high-level athletes to push us and drive us every single day. It will be a place for us to grow and improve and definitely learn a lot, not only about ourselves, but about the sport and those around us. So, excited for that. Here was just me going for a new max attempt, and this was something that I've been running on a new deadlift program. Been actually able to double my previous PR every 3 weeks. So right here is 625, and first rep went up slow but smoothly, and I was happy about that. But as you can see right there, I'm adjusting my straps, and you know, things don't always go as smoothly as you'd like. I've been trying this new rolling setup, which I actually do like a lot, but there's an issue with it when it comes to straps, and that is that the straps sometimes slip. So yeah, that wasn't the best rep ever. If I remember right, my fist came up and either punched me in the chest or the face or something, but knocked me off balance, and I have great friends for how quickly they rushed to my aid. My brother's been running some of the higher rep weeks of Juggernaut and building that volume up again. Hopefully we'll see him back on the platform here in 4 months, maybe later if he just decides to do a bigger meet, try and get a larger total where it matters. So today, granted everything that's been happening in our lives so far and how crazy it's been, I want to talk about balance and how important that is for everyone, but especially for athletes, and especially strength athletes. Balance comes in many forms that we don't generally think of. We want to think of it in terms of just the normal, okay, are all things even? But sometimes balance comes in a manner that's uneven. When you're trying to do something exceptional, when you're trying to accomplish something that nobody's accomplished before or be a better version of yourself, you have to be actually a little bit unbalanced. You have to be a little obsessive in your life to try and make sure that that happens. And because of that, you've got to choose between various options. You have to prioritize things. How important is strength to me? How important is getting better at the sport of strongman to me? Is it worth, you know, giving up drinking? Is it worth giving up other sports I enjoy, such as judo? Is it worth, you know, passing up opportunities to help a friend and move? These are things that we have to decide on because they do take an effect on us. I mean, after I turned 21, there wasn't the best training day ever following it. I still came in. Most of it turned out to be volume work, maybe a little bit of mobility stuff here and there, but I mean, it was maintenance. It wasn't necessarily productive in my understanding. So that means to me, if I want to be a better athlete, if I want to keep improving, I can't do that every night. And that's a worthwhile sacrifice to me, because the sport of strongman means a lot more to me than going out and partying. So there's balance in that. But then you've got to reel yourself back sometimes and understand what the context of your goals are with the rest of your life. Does balance mean so much that you're going to refuse helping a friend move because you've got leg day the next day, or that you're going for a deadlift PR that week? People need you, and if you need those people back, if you want them in your life, then you have to balance them out with your sport and understand that sometimes it's better to make the choices that aren't necessarily in the best interest of your goals, because people matter as much as dreams do and everything else. You've got to have that balance. I mean, if you're the dad who really cares about You know, setting a PR every week or going and hitting a meet, is it worth missing your kid's softball game to get an extra training session in? Is it worth missing, uh, you know, a wedding anniversary to try and hit a new PR? These are things that you have to consider. And the choices are simple, very, very easy when you're just beginning, because they have less gravity. Okay, if I choose not to drink a Coke, then I get to have a little bit better body over time, and that's a simple choice to make. But the sacrifices that have to be made at every level in order to keep progressing forward, they get greater and greater. They don't get easier. It becomes some matter of cutting out certain things that you love in order for other things you love. I've been going back to judo lately, and for the past month, and I miss it. I love the people there. I love the sport of judo, but I found that as I kept going, my strongman training started diminishing. So I had to choose. Strongman's what's immediate to me. That's what's coming up, and that's what I need to be focusing on. I can always go back to judo, but for now, I have to sacrifice it, pay the price in order to be the best strongman that I can present at Nevada's Strongest Man. By the way, here's that birthday set that I was talking about. Trying to hit this as an AMRAP, and it was a little bit painful, I'll say that. But I hit a PR, I believe, with this weight, this with knee wraps. Back to what I was saying, though. So I'm hoping to be prepared enough to do a no-gi submission wrestling tournament here in September. But Northern Nevada's Strongest Man is coming up in August. So that needs to take priority. I need to focus on the things that I have coming up sooner and that matter the most to me. And in this case, I had to give up judo and I had to cut back on my sprinting volume. So you need to specialize. It's great to be a well-rounded athlete. Honestly, it's a great feeling to be able to run, jump, wrestle, lift weights, and there's some sports where that is actually the ideal. But in strongman, you need to make sure that strength is always your priority. There's that Mark Bell saying that always comes up. Strength is never a weakness. But in strongman, a bigger muscle is always going to be ideal compared to a smaller one. Conditioning is important, but you've got to remember that a larger muscle takes more energy, takes more out of you, and when you understand that, that's something that you can just kind of drive with and start using that economy of strength, that economy of energy. You're going to get gas in events, and you're going to also get gas when you're just walking around the block enough times, so you can't necessarily be someone who's running 5Ks and being an ideal strongman. I mean, there was a while back where Half Thor Bjornsson was doing a charity, I think either half marathon or 5K. It was something like that, but it was like, you know, what's important is I come out and I support the cause. And I'm going to do a little bit of running, but at the same time, you know, if I want to be world's strongest man one day, I can't just keep driving and doing this. So I offer my support, I offer my love, I offer my compassion, but I have to limit what I sacrifice in terms of my condition and my body. And that's important. So the ultimate takeaway is you got to decide, where do you want to be in this sport and what are you willing to give up? It's not an easy decision that we make. A lot of people will say right off the back of their mind, hey, I want to be the greatest there ever was. I want to be the best. But are you willing to do what will make you the best? Are you willing to make those sacrifices? You've got to look forward and think about what that lifestyle entails besides all the glory. I'm not trying to discourage people from being it, but it's nearly monkish. You train, you eat, you recover, you make sure that everything's ideal, but there's not a lot of room for everything else in life. Because the higher level you get and expect to be, the more it fills up your life, and there's little room to fill it with anything else. Understand it's okay if you just want to be a casual athlete. It's okay if you do it for yourself. For me, what are my goals? Hell, I want to be the greatest lightweight strongman there ever was. And I want to keep working at it. But at that same time, I want to maintain a family. I want to be with those I care about. Family means everything to me. I mean, with my brother and everything else, it's what makes this fun for me. And I think sometimes it's the right choice not to make the sacrifice, because those can improve you just as much as anything else can. My brother, he pushes me. I love him. And that's not a sacrifice I need to make. That's a sacrifice that would be to my detriment. Because without him, I wouldn't be anywhere near where I am today. So I owe it to him. At the same time, drinking, that's a sacrifice I definitely have to make. I just turned 21, and I think the smartest decision I've had since then, smartest realization, is I can't go out and party every night. Doesn't mean that I won't go to social engagements every now and again and have some fun, but they need to be monitored, they need to be planned, and they need to be put in the context of what I'm trying to do in the larger scheme of things. Once again, thank you everyone for stopping by, listening to the commentary. If you've enjoyed anything, found it helpful, please like, share, subscribe, comment, and hope to see a lot of you here at this next contest. See me at Reno Strongest Man August 15th. Northern Nevada Strongest Man, excuse me, in Reno.